Hello, everybody. Did you miss us? It's been a long time coming, but we're back. Welcome, everybody, to the 77 podcast. And in this episode, we are reviewing A24's Warfare. I am John Thompson. I am the action and animation expert.
I'm Matthew, the superhero and sci-fi expert. Well, the only one that's here.
Yep.
Dylan, where'd you go? He can't respond. He's dead. Oh wait, what?
He'll be joining us later for our Daredevil episode that we're going to be doing a little bit later after that. Yeah, yes. But yeah, in case you guys have been wondering how come we have not done episodes lately, we had a bit of a flooding problem in Indiana, which was not very good. It was very, very bad. But
yeah, a lot of the last few weeks has been blamed on weather.
yeah, it
It's been a
has.
crazy season so far.
Yeah, absolutely. But all we can do, guys, is definitely be supportive, be there for each other, and to help out for each other. And all we can say is it's definitely a lot better than it was weeks ago when we had all that rain. And believe me, we're just glad to be back to do more episodes as much as you guys are. So we're very happy to be back.
We got Superman coming up, and we're almost to the summer movie season.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Superman, Jurassic World, Mission Impossible.
Oh gosh, yes.
Fantastic Four.
Thunderbolts.
Ballerina.
Man. Yeah, it's going to be
Karate Kid Legends. We got a loaded summer.
Yes, we do have a lot of summers, which if you guys are so interested in some summer movies that we're going to be reviewing, click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you'll know when those episodes will be coming very, very soon, because May through August, it's going to be extremely busy. That's for sure.
Yes, it is.
So, finally, we're going to talk about the new movie, Warfare. Now, I've been seeing lots of advertisements for this movie, and I got to say, it looked really good when I first saw the trailer.
Have you seen Civil War?
I still haven't watched it yet.
Dang it. I was going to say we should compare which one's better.
Well, I need to watch it, though. I heard it's
so
really
good.
Yeah, it's so good. It's directed by the same guy that directed Civil War. Alex Garland is his name.
Well, Warfare is actually co-directed by two people.
Yes.
Alex Garland, the director of who did Civil War, Annihilation, Ex Machina, and also Ray Mendoza, I believe is his name,
I think so, yeah.
who was an Iraq war veteran.
Yes, that's
He
right.
was also the main character in the movie.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So what this movie is about, it's actually based on his memory of what he remembered when he was in the war.
The memory of all the survivors.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll kind of explain this a little bit because I know a little bit more.
Sure.
So the movie was based on the memories of survivors. The survivors actually got together to piece it together, and the movie not only has no musical score, it is 100% based in real time. The event that the movie's based on took place in an hour and a half, and the movie is an hour and a half. So there's no cuts. This is exactly how it happened.
Yeah, which that makes it very interesting when there's no score and that this takes place all in one cut throughout the entire time.
Yeah. Like the whole event was an hour and a half, and it was an hour and a half movie.
Absolutely.
Like, there's no like shortcuts to. The buildup is all natural. It's actually how it happened.
Yeah, which I didn't know what to expect going into this, and I had no idea that was going to be entire time when I went to see this movie. Actually, me and my buddy Paul went to go see this movie, and I can definitely say this real quickly. I'm a big fan of war movies. I really enjoy a lot of them. Even some 21st century war movies, I really enjoy. Hacksaw Ridge, Dunkirk, 1917,
Fury.
Fury. I also heard it's really good.
Oh, you've not watched Fury?
I know we talked about it over on the show, beloved movies that no one talks about anymore. Which that's the movie I definitely need to check out
you
for
definitely
sure.
do.
Yeah. So, needless to say, I was really intrigued by this movie, and I was hoping to go see it. So I was very happy that my buddies asked me to go see this movie, and I said absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead and review it. Spoilers if you have not yet seen this movie. It's definitely worth noting that there's gonna be spoilers ahead when you see this movie. So spoiler warning for that.
Pre-warned. Oops.
Oh.
Let me mute my phone.
And always remember to turn off your phones when you're watching a movie.
Shut up. I know.
Of course, I watched a few footballs during the podcast as well.
Shame.
Yeah,
no,
shame.
Stop phone. Okay.
Anyway.
So, yeah, spoilers. And thank you for all the veterans that have served our country. And pre-warned, this is a true event. So if you are going to go see this movie and you're a veteran, please be prepared if you struggle with any kind of mental, because it could bring stuff back.
Absolutely.
But yeah, let's just get off with the big thing right here. The freaking sound design.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
This is a movie I encourage you guys to go see movies in theaters. We all do.
Absolutely.
But this is a movie you need to see in the theater.
Yes.
Do not wait for home.
No.
Even if you have a really good sound system like I do not watch it at home first. Watch it in the theater. The sound going from different sides of the room, the gunfire is all full blanks, so it's actually shot at full volume. Because usually what they do with movies is they put the gunfire in, and then they add the sound and make the sound louder later and stuff.
Yeah.
They're going with full sound. Like you actually hear it like it's actually happening in the movie.
Yeah.
Like that's how they shot it.
I mean, the
That's
whole
what they do with Civil War. Also,
the whole thing was so intense
it was
throughout the entire time when I watched this.
Honestly, I would say this is one of the most intense movies. That's not by definition a horror movie.
Yes. Yeah.
This is a horror movie by intense definition, even if it's not a typical horror movie. And there's not many movies I say that are as intense or more intense than a lot of horror movies.
Yeah.
I would say Prisoners is another one.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Civil War is another one.
Yeah.
They're just so intense and somewhat some of them somewhat disturbing, that I'd count them as horror movies for that regard.
And I don't usually say this as a good thing, but it's also very painful to watch. And I mean that in a good way. You're meant to see the pain that's going on in the war.
It's based on a true story, and you're meant to feel that pain of, like, this actually happened. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Same with, like, Hacksaw Ridge. Blanking on some other war movies that are true stories. We'll say not a war movie, but Passion of the Christ. Like, you're meant to feel that pain.
Absolutely.
It is Easter weekend, so there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Wait, that's what I meant to say. I almost forgot to say, we're actually recording this a day before Easter Sunday. So there you go. We're actually recording on a Saturday, and whenever it gets uploaded, that's when you'll watch it. So there you go.
Be prepared for the Batman meme tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
I put it up before, remember? It said Satan on Good Friday. Yes, I got you. I got you.
I forgot about that
and then
one.
Batman walking towards the car with Penguin upside down, Jesus on Easter morning.
I think I remember you post that. I was like, oh, right.
Every year.
Oh gosh, yeah, but getting back into warfare as a whole, to get the little bit of nitpick out of the way, it started up slow at first. Because after you get to the opening scene, which we'll talk about a little bit later, and it's, believe me, very memorable, especially for single men, which you'll get to that later. It started very slow, like as we said. There was no music score or anything, and it was pretty much guys just waiting for something to happen to actually know, okay, we're going to succeed our mission to do this. And I was just thinking to myself, uh-oh, this is sort of not a good start, that it's a little bit slow. When are we going to get to the parts that actually goes a little bit faster?
They are, what they're doing is they're scoping out the area to pick out where the enemy targets are.
Yeah, which I totally understand that, absolutely. But I was just one of those things where, of course, I wasn't there when this happened, but that was really when I was thinking to myself, okay, what is something going to happen? But then once the grenade is thrown to someone, that's where the intensity really comes in, and that's what a lot of people talked about as one of the best films of the year, and it totally lived up to that. This movie was absolutely extraordinary, just excellent from start to finish.
The cast is excellent, too.
Absolutely. The cast did a great job.
It's a lot of unknowns or newer up-and-coming actors.
Yeah.
Hold on. DeFaro Wunate plays Ray, who's the director of the movie. Will Poulter plays Eric. You might know Will Poulter from one of his first movies is We're the Millers, and he also played Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yes.
Cosmo Jarvis played Elliot. We'll talk more about Elliot later. Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things, who will also be Human Torch in the Fantastic Four this summer,
nice.
played Sam. Aaron McKenzie plays Kelly. Alec Brockdorf plays Mikey. Bennett plays John. Evan Holtzman plays Brock. Michael Gandolfini plays Lieutenant McDonald, and I believe he was also in. Yes, he was also in Daredevil.
Oh, nice.
He played Daniel Blake, the
Oh,
Fifth
yeah.
Assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was in two big projects we're working on the same day.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
Joe McCauley played Mo. Lori Duncan played Pete. Jake Lambert played Ted. Aaron Deakins played Bob. Henry Zaga played Aaron. Kit Connor played Tommy. Noah Centino played Brian. Taylor John Smith played Frank. Adam Bradley played Sergeant Laris. And uh, the cast was aided, or the soldiers were aided by two Middle Eastern people uh, that were helping the soldiers.
Okay.
And I don't know who the one guy was, but the other one was Riz Ahmed, who you might recognize from Rogue One
Oh, yeah.
and Venom.
Oh, wow. Which two movies I actually
Yeah,
really enjoyed. But yeah, that shows you that when it comes to when the soldiers just comes in and just do their work by trying to pretty much salute our country in a big way by doing all this, I cannot imagine what these people were going through in real life and how these actors decide to play these roles of one of the most serious things that could happen, and that is the war and how tough it could
yeah.
be over there.
Because you don't know. You might serve on a boat, or you might be in the thick of the battle and it really hits the fan. You
Absolutely.
never know what you're walking into when you sign up to be in the military.
Yeah.
And what's really cool was I believe every single person that I saw it with, because there was like 5 to 10 people in the theater, I believe all of them might have been veterans or at least had military family.
That's really cool.
Because they all had like the short military haircuts.
Yeah.
The one guy was wearing camo pants.
Okay.
So I think they all might have been veterans, which I thought was really cool.
That is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one favorite, and that's one of my favorite things is every time I see people that served our country or served our country for a long time, I love coming up to them and said thank you for your service. I love
Yeah.
doing that because they always served our country so well. Whether you're a man or a woman, they served our country so proudly, and that's what I love most about these type of people. And that's also turning for war movies as well. Is it reminds you of
The sacrifice.
the sacrifice, absolutely, and that they want that they do our country so proud
Yeah.
of just serving our country.
So yeah, let's get back to kind of they're like scouting out where the enemy targets are, and a grenade gets thrown in.
Yeah.
2 people get hurt, Sam and Elliot.
Yep.
I don't remember if they both get hurt at the same time. It was last week when we saw it. But they end up both getting hurt, and they're trying to evac them via tanks.
Yep.
They finally get the tanks there as the enemy soldiers are closing in. And we get to this major, major jump scare.
Oh boy. Yeah.
They're loading them up into the tanks. And earlier in the movie, you see someone walking into a building with a rocket launcher.
Yep.
That comes into play right there. They shoot a rocket launcher while they're trying to load them into the tanks.
That's where the serious mode really begins,
Yeah,
not just a grenade throw. Yeah.
The grenade was the precursor. This is where the bomb actually went off.
Yep. And that's when war is considered to be tough than you think. Oh boy.
This is where the movie really shifted into overdrive.
Yeah.
It's just so intense from that moment on till the very end of the movie. Absolutely nerve-wracking. Everybody did really well with the acting and everything.
Yeah.
It's very well acted. For a lot of unknowns, this movie's going to catapult them to next level.
Yeah.
Will Poulter's already kind of getting there. So is freaking Joseph Smith. Stranger Things, now Fantastic Four. He played Metalhead Eddie in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's on his way up there. This movie is going to do things for them. It's just so well acted. The sound design is probably one of the best I've heard in a movie ever.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, the sound design is just absolutely just unbelievable. And
It
I
is.
and I never been to a movie where there was no music score. I
Yeah.
never been to that type of movie before, and it's risky to do a movie without a music score because you're worried that most people could actually can get a little bored. This was executed so well
Well,
from start to finish.
a lot of early talk movies did not have score.
Okay. Yeah.
Like you went from your silent era where it was all score
Yep.
to the early talk movies where there was no score. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Stuff like Wizard of Oz did and stuff. But like
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
we're talking like not big budget movies.
Yeah.
Because Wizard of Oz was like one of the most expensive at its time.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
So we're not talking Gone with the Wind or Wizard of Oz, but a lot of horror movies and stuff like that at the time had no score or thrillers or whatever.
Yeah. But man, but what they did there, that risk, that like it really worked.
It paid off 100%.
It did. It absolutely really paid off. Which I was very surprised when there was no music score throughout the entire time. I was just thinking, I could be wrong, but there was no music until at the end of the credits.
Yeah.
Which that
There
makes it so, which it makes it so interesting. I was doing this almost the entire time. I was going.
Really biting your tongue.
Yeah,
because of
I was
how
doing like
intense
the
it
entire
is.
time. I was just thinking, this is tough to watch.
It is.
But man, it's so good.
And they did so well with the gore effects.
Oh my gosh,
Because
yes.
like we said, there's spoilers. Sam and Elliot both get hurt. One of them, I believe it was Elliot. Yeah, because Elliot's the one at the end in the wheelchair.
Yes, yeah. Which I did something really cool about that. Which we'll talk about that a little bit
Yeah.
later.
Elliot's legs, I believe it was because Elliot originally gets shot, like a bullet grazed them, so that's why they're trying to evac him.
Yeah.
But when the bomb goes off, the rocket launcher goes off, it shreds his legs into Swiss cheese.
Whew.
His legs are absolutely shredded. They can't even move him without him screaming in unbearable pain, even after getting morphine.
Man, I felt so sorry for that character. Like that was by far was so. That's the most emotional part of the film.
It was so devastating.
It was, but in terms of the acting, it was so well
It was
all together when it comes to that. But that's what I was thinking. Man, this is so tough to watch. It's starting to make the other war movies look like sort of kids movies, to be honest with you. But my gosh, it was so good.
Well, there's another level of like realism and emotion when you know it was like 100% a true story.
Yes.
Same with like Hacksaw Ridge. It hits different than like some other war movie because it's not a true story versus a true story.
True.
So it adds another level of like realism or whatever. Same with horror movies. In a way. Not comparing these to horror movies, but like a movie with a serial killer feels more real than a movie with zombies.
Yes.
So there's that level of realism that's like, this could actually happen or did happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when you get into like true crime horror movies. Like this actually happened. This is a problem. This is terrifying.
That's another fantastic thing about this movie is the realism.
Yeah, it's 100% real.
Yeah, it does so well.
It doesn't get more real than this. It was based. The director is the one who lived it.
Yeah, which that's what makes this movie so smart is you bring in an actual veteran to make this movie and to say, let's redo it all again and tell you exactly what really happened.
Right, because even with movies based on true stories, we'll say the Elvis movie, for example, because I know that's one you've seen.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of disconnect because even if the person knew Elvis, which I'm assuming he didn't, he's a lot younger. For a fact, I know he didn't.
Yeah.
There's the disconnect of even if you study Elvis, Elvis told this person this. This person told this person this.
Yeah.
This person is the information the director got his information from. So there's certain details or left out or added in that weren't in the original interpretation of what happened.
Yeah. And what's funny is that there's actually two different versions of Elvis in terms of there was a TV miniseries that was on CBS in the 2000s. Then, of course, the newest one that came out in 2022. So there were two versions, and we don't know which one is actually accurate.
Well, they could both be accurate for all you know.
That's
but
true.
There's still some level of disconnect because they didn't get the information straight from the source. This was told by this person to this person to this person.
Yeah, but this one immediately
It's coming straight from the source.
it's based on a source. Yes, like that's what really makes this movie also just so
Stand
fascinating.
Out,
Yeah, I mean it's just such a great movie from start to finish. And what I say at the beginning for all the single men to enjoy, they started with a music video of the actual song, and
Jeez.
I think
We
I
don't need to do this.
uh,
Let's just move on.
which I'm not going to name, but I was just thinking, well, that's a nice way to start the movie, isn't it? Which we're not going to name what it is, but yeah, it started up a little bit silly, but then once we get to the war stuff, you're like, oh no, it's not going to be silly.
No.
But yeah, but that's when the whole war begins, and then when you get to the climax, oh boy, then you get to the climax of the movie, and that's when you think to yourself, oh gosh, please survive, please, throughout the entire time.
Not everybody did survive.
No, not everybody did survive. Which, man, did you see the body images of people like that was on the road? Like, oh,
Yeah.
it's so brutal.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah, but it's so executed so well throughout the entire time. When I saw that sequence, and I was just thinking to myself, man, war can absolutely just be so rough. But yeah, the realism was just so well done. As we said before, it's so executed just so well. I love the credit scene. Like that was really cool to see these people reunited at the end of the movie.
They showed behind the scenes from the making of the movie.
Yeah.
Where not only did the veterans reunite, but they also gave their input on like different stuff for the movie. Like one guy showed them like how to like properly hold the gun and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like showed them how to properly move. But
and,
it was just
and they show pictures of who the army people were that was played by these different characters.
Yeah, it showed them pictures of the actor and the actual person next to each other.
Yes,
so
yes.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. But to see them reunited, it's awesome. Like that's another thing in movies I really like is reunions. And
yeah.
I mean, veterans in general.
Yeah.
That's the best.
That got me just like the Deadpool end credits thing did.
Oh
with
yeah.
all the Fox stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That really got me too.
Yeah, but this one in particular, this is like.
It's an experience. It's really an experience.
Absolutely. Which, as recording this, I might as well hold this up real quickly on how the movie actually is doing.
Yeah, check the box office currently.
Which, even though it's receiving some excellent reviews and people are really loving this movie.
It's not doing as well financially as Civil War did.
No, and the budget for this movie is not much. It's only $20 million, and it's making less than $14 million. Exactly $13,944,575 as we're recording this.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's something that needs to be experienced.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just there's no way around it. You need to go. If you want movies in theaters other than Marvel or Star Wars or DC, you need to actually go see original movies when they come to theaters.
Yeah. But it also doesn't help either that it was at the same weekend as the Minecraft movie.
Right.
Oops.
But Civil War had a budget of $50 million and made $127 million.
Which is not too bad.
No.
But this one in particular, it really needs to get its legs for it to be successful, honestly.
Civil War, well, I might be wrong, but I feel like this is more of a niche movie.
Yeah.
Because it's more of an experience. Even though Civil War was kind of a unique movie, it still had more, I feel, widespread appeal.
Yeah, that's true.
This is really just for It's going to be for soldiers and people who are their movie watching is not passive.
Yeah, it's true.
Passive would be like, oh, I put on the TV for background noise. This
That's
is
not
for
good.
people who intentionally watch movies
Yes,
critically and for enjoyment. People that might watch a movie 50 times because they enjoy it,
exactly.
not just having it on the background while they do other stuff.
Exactly. I mean, it's a movie to definitely experience at least once, but whether you want to watch it again, that's
Right.
going to be clearly up to you.
Right.
Like,
But it should be experienced in the theater.
yeah, like for example, I watched Schindler's List, which I loved. I have not rewatched it since because
It's rough.
it's rough. Absolutely. It's definitely worth watching again, but it would take you maybe months to want to rewatch this movie again, which is probably going to happen for me with Warfare, because it is definitely an incredible film to watch, but it's not like a fun time watch as let's rewatch this movie over and over again.
Same with like Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
It's a rough watch. You might not want to watch it more than once, but it's the experience of watching it.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, to pretty much get to a conclusion, don't wait when it's on physical. Go see this movie in the movie theater. Go watch Warfare. It is absolutely one of the best movies of the year. It's a experience to check out for people that served our country and for people that want to experience movies that it just makes you say, wow, this is what movies should be about. See this movie on the biggest screen as possible. It's just fabulous from start to finish.
Before we get into our star ratings, I will, since you haven't seen Civil War, I'll compare briefly.
Sure.
I like Civil War overall more as a movie.
Yeah.
It's also got the wider appeal of just being a like more widespread movie. This is more of like a centered experience. I'll say I like Civil War overall better. The acting in this and the sound design is way better in this.
Yeah.
So in terms of like quality, I think this is a better movie.
Okay.
But Civil War is more appealing as a movie.
Yeah.
Because it's rough too, but it's not as rough. And it's just a more enjoyable time.
Yeah.
As a movie.
I mean, with Civil War, you're right. It was definitely for more like a wider audience. This one in particular,
it's a more niche audience. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I wasn't going to say not so much because I could be wrong, but
right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Civil War has some really dark scenes, but it's not the entire movie.
Yeah, but this one, oh boy,
yeah,
it's definitely dark. But like I said, it's worth it for sure.
Yeah. What do you got in terms of star rating?
I'll definitely give it a 5 out of 5 stars, 10 out of 10. It started up slow at first, but then once you get to the good stuff in terms of holding on to your hands and your knees and all the stuff, that's when the movie is really worth it. I absolutely loved it. I hope it does get Oscar love. At least I hope so.
I hope so. I doubt it, though.
Yeah, I know. We all know what happened with the Oscars a few years, which I would not be surprised if this one gets missed. But it'll definitely be, for me, I think it'll definitely be a hit when it comes out on physical media, when the movie comes out, so people can go experience it.
Like digital streaming.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be a streaming hit, probably.
Yeah. But don't wait till it's streaming.
No, don't.
See it in theaters. It's absolutely just fantastic. So, yeah, that'll be a 10 out of 10 for me.
I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like there were a few things that it kind of felt unresolved a little bit at the end.
Okay.
I wish they would have expanded on the ending a little bit more, like them getting out of there.
Okay. I
can
understand
even though it is a true story, like it did move really slow at the beginning.
Yeah.
But like I completely understand that. That's not a detriment to them.
No.
Because that's actually how it happened.
Exactly.
So like you have to have that in terms of the realness.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, overall it's a super solid movie. I won't say this probably anymore after today because I want my end of the year list to be surprised.
Absolutely.
But right now this is currently second on my 11 movies I've seen this year.
Nice. Yeah, I would probably say as of this moment, it will probably
end up in your top 10. Yeah.
Yeah, as of right now, it's in my top 10. But of course,
definitely.
things could change real quickly. But as of right now, it's a movie
Once
that
stuff
is
like Superman, Jurassic World, and stuff come out. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a movie that's absolutely is a don't miss kind of thing. So
this
definitely
is a must see.
Must see, absolutely. So definitely go check it out. It's just such a fantastic horror movie.
I haven't seen it yet. I was going to go see it today, but I didn't. But Sinners is getting rave reviews. Go see that.
And which, for some reason, I kind of interested in seeing that. Which I also heard it's an action horror movie, so I do love action as well.
A lot of people are saying it's one of the best rated movies of the decade so far, and quite a few people are saying it's in their top 5 horror movies of all time.
Interesting. Well,
and plus you got Ryan Coogler directing and Michael B. Jordan starring,
which I loved.
Dual roles.
Yeah, which I loved.
So, go see Sinners. Support original movies in theaters, not just your franchise movies. We all love our Marvel. We all love our DC, Jurassic World, Star Wars, all that good stuff. But go support original movies and let Hollywood know you still want those too. And you don't just want them to go straight to Netflix, straight to Amazon Prime, straight to Max, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Let them know you want to see those in theaters too.
Yeah, absolutely. And definitely more original movies. We definitely need more of that as well. But overall, great movie. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
So, yes, guys, that's our review of Warfare. Guys, whenever you do see it, tell us in the comments below, what did you think of Warfare? Is this one of your favorite movies of the year? And also, what was your experience like when you were in the war? We'd love to hear your thoughts as well. So, please tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Threads, on Instagram. You can like us on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we'll have more entertaining things coming to you very soon with all the new movies that's going to be coming as well. We got new rankings that's also going to be coming up very, very soon. More live reactions to bad movies. Yay.
If you are a veteran or currently in the military and you see this review, let us know what you thought of the movie and anything else you want to tell us. We are going to do an episode before the end of the year, I don't know when, on the top 10 war movies. And if you leave a comment, and if you want us to, we will read your comment on air during that episode.
Yes, absolutely.
So just to show our appreciation for you guys. We hope you have a wonderful day. This episode will be up after Easter, so happy late Easter.
Absolutely.
And we will see you guys next week because Daredevil will be uploaded before this. So we'll see you guys next week.
Absolutely. Yep. God bless and thank you for your service. Take care.
We have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out. God, no.